So assuming that you have Z-Drop, the next thing that you're going to want to do is get a copy paste Google Chrome extension like this umbrella one here. There's a bunch on the Google Chrome store and they're free. So what this does is it copies URLs. It's also really, really great if you have a VA because you can copy a bunch of URLs from one computer and then simply paste them to the other. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, because this makes it faster to speed list, is you're just going to want to open up a Facebook shop tab where you're in catalog, items, add a single item, and then you'll want to wait for the paste data thing to pop up because that's how Z-Drop works. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come up to the umbrella. We're going to copy this one URL that is literally just this listing. So every single time you don't have to go back into catalog, it's going to help speed up the process. Now, obviously here you have all the different items. And like I said, I randomly pulled up 20. I just clicked the first 20 that I saw. So there's no rhyme or reason to these listings. Don't read anything into them. But we're going to list as fast as possible. So let's set the timer here. We will paste in the lister right here. And if you're unfamiliar with how to actually do this, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the different processes that you can kind of go through here in a second to speed this up. But basically what you do is you can copy to a Facebook shop. You can copy to other websites as well. Obviously copy to Facebook. In this case, we're going to copy to the Facebook shop. And as soon as it's copied, then we're going to go back into the Facebook shop and paste the data. Now, one of the things you will notice about Z-Drop is if you don't have this when you're adding a listing, you want to refresh the page until it pops up. So you'll see that it doesn't pop up right away. It takes about a minute or two. And that's the thing that's going to slow you down the most is waiting for Z-Drop to pop up right here. But it doesn't take that long, especially if you have a semi-decent computer. You see it popped up already, all right? So we're going to copy from the one window, paste into the other. Unlike Facebook Marketplace with a personal account, it doesn't just do it all for you. You have to actually just click paste the data in and then it will. So another thing that is really going to improve the speed in which you can list products is to batch, okay? This is a game changer. So you want to batch from the specific supplier that you're listing from, especially with Facebook shops, but this is also pertaining to Marketplace and listing anywhere realistically. It doesn't matter if it's Poshmark, Mercari, Kit, it doesn't matter. Like anything, going to allow you to not think so much and then speed through it a lot faster, okay? So you can batch from the supplier, right? Because for example, in this case, we're listing from Amazon. So a lot of the Amazon listings are going to have the same things that you're going to need to edit on every single listing. So for example, we're going to make sure to take the brand name out of the title. We're also going to make sure to go through every single image and make sure that there's no brand name on the image. So I'll show you that as well. Because these are Amazon listings, you're not going to see any brands in the specific image, but if you were listing from a different site, sometimes AliExpress does this. I've also seen it a lot on eBay, and there's a number of other websites that do it just like this as well. So if, for example, you're listing from eBay, you're going to want to make sure that there's no brands actually like burned into the image because that's something that can get you an intellectual property or a copyright claim a lot easier and a lot faster than something else would, okay? So take the brand names out of the title, take the brand names out of the pictures. I've said this before in other videos, but obviously that goes without saying. So like I said, you're going to want to batch from the supplier so you can focus on the same things. Another thing that you'll notice with Amazon, and every supplier is different, but you'll notice this. For example, with Amazon, the last bullet point in most Amazon listings, not most, but in a lot of Amazon listings, is going to be something about a warranty information or something about great service or something about a money back guarantee or whatever, okay? So often what I'll do is I'll speed list and I'll go through and I'll literally just make sure that the last bullet point is good, knowing that 99.9% of the time that's going to take out any warranty, customer service, or brand information that might be in there. The next thing that you want to focus on is batching everything at once, right? So don't copy a listing and then go through and edit that listing because mentally you have to focus on a number of different things at once and that's going to slow you down, right? It's the little things. Build a system. Instead, paste everything into all the Facebook shop pages first. Do them all at the same time. Then go through, check all the pictures at the same time. Then go through, check all the titles at the same time. Then go through, categorize them. Well, in Facebook shops, you don't actually have to add a category anymore. But for Facebook Marketplace, obviously you want to, or a different website if you're adding it there. But for Facebook shops, like I'm going to show you, check the description. Then obviously make sure it's not, the sale button isn't clicked. Make sure it's new or used or whatever you're listing. But the key here is batch everything at once, all at the same time. So your brain is only focused on one thing at a time. You'll move a lot faster. All right. And boom. All right, so first thing we're going to do is just start copying to Facebook shops and then pasting in the data. And as soon as this is done, we're going to paste in the next URL. And then we're literally just going to go through. The slowest part of this process is waiting for Z-Drop to actually paste. So paste it in, X out of this one because we already have the data, copy to Facebook shop for the next one, wait for it to pop up, paste the data. And the best part about this is like you can mindlessly do this, especially if you're batching like I was talking about, because you can turn on a podcast, you can listen to music, you can do whatever you want. And obviously it makes it go a lot faster and you can enjoy it. Another really cool way to actually that I've been implementing recently is like I'll listen to an audiobook while I'm doing this, and then I'm learning while I'm listing, and it's really kind of that double-edged sword. So you can do whatever you want to make the listing process go a lot smoother, but just understand that it's, you know, you can list a lot faster than you actually think. So to maximize my time while I'm actually doing this, I'm waiting to paste the next one in until it says done. So as you can see here, as soon as it says done, I'll paste the next one in there, and then we'll get rolling pasting the next one in there. This is the slowest part of the process, is actually copying these down. Copy done, wait for it to pop up, and then we'll paste that in there. Also, because this is why bulk listing on a Facebook market, like a personal Facebook marketplace, is so easy, because you can run the actual bulk lister with ZDrop. So it's literally doing it in the background while you're off doing something else, right? So you can be working out, you can be out at the grocery store, you can be watching TV, you can even be doing shop listing while you're bulk lister, as I'm looking over, because behind the camera right there, my other computer is actually bulk listing on personal Facebook marketplace. So like I don't even need to be doing anything. It's just going over there itself. And then I have to come back and verify a few things, right? So if you're unfamiliar with what that is, make sure to check that video out at the bottom of the description when you're done watching this video. But it's a game changer. So you can realistically do 140 of those like on a personal marketplace super quickly, and have your computer going, if you have two computers, at the same time while you're listing on a different computer to Facebook shop. So the slowest part of this is obviously just waiting for it to paste in, and then we'll roll through and just like batch every single one of them in probably a few minutes and get them done. But the hardest part about this obviously is just clicking copy paste, which is super simple anyway. All right, last one, X out of it. We'll paste it in there. And then the next thing that we're gonna do obviously is we don't really need to pay attention to the pictures, because like I said, these are Amazon listings. So they're not really gonna have any brand names burned into the main image. So it's not really something we need to worry about. One thing that we do need to worry about is you'll see here, there's a brand name. So that's something I'm gonna take out of every single title first. That's step one, okay? Then the next thing we'll move on to is every description. We're not going through one at a time. We're gonna go through and do everything at once. So no brand name, no brand name, Felled Timber is probably the brand name, Gorilla Lift is probably the brand name, Tory Chainsaw, accessories, Rakeazilla. All right, now we have all the brand names. Now we're gonna go back through and we're gonna drag all the descriptions. And like I said, because of batching, we can just make sure that the last one doesn't have anything in it, right? So you'll see here, professional services. And I only know that because I batch all the time, and Amazon typically has those at the end. This one doesn't. Drag it down. Simple, easy to home system, it doesn't. All right, there we go. Now we're going to minimize it a little bit easier. So it's a little bit easier for us to just go see and click the other things. So all we need to do is the item is not on sale, and change the condition to new. We don't need to categorize anything. We don't need to worry about the price because it's ZDrop already marked it up. Now I'm going to make a quantity of 50 here. So I'm just going to copy that in there and paste it into every other one. So we'll drag down, like I said, items not for sale, condition is new, next, paste the quantity in there, next. And that's how fast batching is when you do it right. All right, last one here. New, next. Paste the quantity in there. Next, next, next. Finish. And as you can see here, it took us 17 minutes and 18 seconds. Not my best time at all, but still under a minute each listing. So we'll round that down to 17 minutes because I was going a little bit slow talking to you. And realistically, it probably could have done it in like 15 minutes, but that's fine. Let's roll with it. So 20 in 17 minutes, 17 divided by 20 is 1 every 85 seconds, okay? So you can realistically list 100 Facebook shop products like this manually, getting high quality images, high quality listings in like an hour and a half, okay?